Smack bang in the middle of Guardian, Sky Sports, BuzzFeed and Vice, Squawka has found a really, really interesting home, and fans seem to like it a lot. There's 3 departments in the business. There's the content team, which is by far our largest team, our development team, which sits in the office behind us, and also the commercial team. Commercial team's our smallest team. Starting with the latter, they're ex-media agency, so they know very much what clients are looking for. On the content side, finding people that can tell the story of football using data points. Can you use a visualization to really tell the story of football in a new way? And on any given day, we're doing between 60 and 160 articles in a day in-house here. And then lastly, into the development team, that's split out between engineers, people actually coding stuff, and the product guys. And the product guys are all maths grads. And they're very much looking at, okay, one, how do we manage project builds in an analytical way, but they're huge football fans as well. So they know when they're looking at data coming through from the game, what it means, and they're reading this code like the Matrix now. It's brilliant. But having that DNA of football love and data analysis throughout all departments in the business is so useful for us and really puts us apart, I think. The shifts start at 6:30 in the morning, and there'll be Will in there with his little team of 3, that's when they start, and then it goes all the way through to 11:30 midnight, depending on what's going on transfer deadline day. We were rolling pretty much for 24 hours. Midnight on weekends, there's always pretty much always somebody in this office. And then on social media, where we have a big presence, so off of our own platform, we have in the same way analysed all the content we're pushing out, and it's optimised to say, right, now we need this article to be pushed out that the guys did at 3 o'clock in the morning, because that's when we're going to get traffic from this market, for example.
When we launched in 2012, we launched as a web app, and so it's about 35% of our audience was mobile based. That's grown significantly over the last few years. It's now up to about 65, sometimes 70% of our traffic comes through mobile. So obviously we've had to sort of iterate the platform to adjust to that. Mobile is a place where people typically come and they sort of dip in for content, often referrals through social. Their mates might have shared something on Twitter or Facebook. And that brings people into the site. They come typically for breaking news stories, for video content, just quick in and out stuff. However, in 2013, we realised that we really did need to go native. We needed a mobile app. So we launched our first version on iOS and then subsequently released on Android. And that proved to be a very different experience for our users, because as part of the sign-up process of the apps, we could ask the question what teams the user supports and what players they want to follow. So subsequently, we tailored out all of our content to match those needs. So ideally, we want the app to be the first thing that people will open in the morning, the content that they want to see, all the gossip about the teams and the players that they love. But also, crucially, we want the app, and we provided data within the app to enable our users to settle pub arguments in the evening.
I think the media landscape shapes so much in terms of how people consume content and consume news. I think gone are the days where someone buys their paper in the morning and that's the only news that they consume. Suddenly people are looking at Facebook as the biggest news referrer in the world, and they are consuming multiple bits of content through things like Twitter. And I think from our point of view, it was really understanding people are going to interact with news over multiple different touch points throughout the day. They're going to take content in different ways. So how can we be in all those touch points? And that's, I think, has been the difference. And I think that's where the media businesses of the future have to start to look.